Episode starts with White Demon talking about how he thought he's at the top of the game of survival, only to be beaten by the vampires and made into a watchdog. In response to the ghoul frenzy, Juggernaut the Tyrant and Yukheim the Spirit Fox arrives at the gate. White Demon says he can't beat them. Shadow lands right between Juggernaut and Yukheim. Both of them have heard of Shadow. Shadow helped one of Yukheim's girls in the previous episode. Yukheim shows gratitude and wants to maintain a friendly relationship. Shadow repeats the lines he stole from Mary. Juggernaut responds by saying, "You mean the legend how 3 kingdoms fell on the last red moon?" Juggernaut only gets excited. Juggernaut and Yukheim go into the tower. White Demon says the gate is made of artifact and in shock because Juggernaut broke it using his sword. White Demon stands still, but he senses no energy from Shadow, so he tries to kill Shadow, only to be cut in pieces. Claire and Mary fell through a secret passage because of Claire's carelessness. Members of Shadow Garden including Beta are inside. Beta says to Claire and Mary they are here to investigate because the possession and progenitor vampires are similar in origins, and they are here to get a sample of the Blood Queen because she is a progenitor vampire. Progenitor means ancestor or a person from whom the vampire race is descended. Mary gets mad at Beta for comparing vampires and possessions. Claire asks Beta, "Is there a cure for possession?" To which Beta replies, "You don't have to worry about it, because she was already cured by Sid Kajanu." Claire mentions Sid Kajanu has been kidnapped. Rose Oriana, former princess, who is now number 666, reacts to it immediately and gets scolded by Beta. Beta dislikes having to babysit. Claire asks what's Mary's goal because she supported vampires earlier but calls herself Vampire Hunter and about her identity. Mary refuses to share anything. Juggernaut arrives and kills all the vampires. Claire and Mary recognize he's trouble and try to leave, but Juggernaut quickly attacked both of them. Mary suffered huge injuries and heals herself by drinking Claire's blood. Claire's blood powers her up but Juggernaut is stronger. Shadow arrives. Juggernaut is about to kill Claire but Shadow kicks him out of the tower with ease. Juggernaut is confused about what his intentions are. These incidents make Mary open up. She tells what happened 1,000 years ago. The vampires mercilessly killed and drank humans' blood and partied. When humans found what their weaknesses are, humans killed and reduced the vampires' numbers drastically. The Blood Queen Elizabeth avoided drinking blood and tried to coexist with humans. The vampires who went without drinking blood also gained the ability to tolerate sunlight. Thus the Queen succeeded in creating a haven for humans and vampires to live together, but the Queen, being as powerful as she is, still suffered from her thirst for blood and the sunlight still harmed her. When the last red moon happened, the Queen was suffering from her thirst. Crimson, who is probably the second strongest among the vampires, gave her a drop of blood. Having tasted it, the Queen lost control and went on a frenzy for 3 days and 3 nights. Juggernaut was referring to this when he said 3 kingdoms fell during the last red moon. Having committed this massacre, the Queen stabbed her own heart and asked her maid, who is the present-day vampire hunter Mary, to dissolve her ashes in ocean to prevent any chance of regeneration, but the Queen didn't turn into ash. Mary, without being able to fulfill the Queen's wishes, decided to guard her body for eternity, but Crimson gathered his followers and took control of the tower. After hearing this flashback, Claire refuses to accept the Queen's intention of living together with humans were wrong, and in a naive optimistic way she offers to help Mary in her goal. Claire and Mary have a moment here. They form a team. Mary in return offers to help Claire to rescue her brother, but Claire's brother complex kicks in. She says it's none of your business. The friendly optimistic atmosphere fades away. Shadow is taking a stroll in the tower's treasury. Shadow was not aware he saved her sister. He only vaguely remembers seeing someone like his sister. If he didn't kick Juggernaut to save Claire, why did he do it? He repeated the dialogue he stole from Mary in front of her, so maybe he didn't even see who he is saving. He is building up his audience for 2 episodes now, repeating the same dialogue and increasing the hype. He probably saved both of them to have more audience for his grand finale act. Shadow thinks he is repeating the same trope by arriving at the last minute, so this time plans to fight before the named characters arrive at the final boss's place, and have an impressive fight to show off. Crimson forced the Blood Queen's heart inside a young kid's body and asked the Queen to marry him, but unfortunately, Shadow arrives too early at the scene and blasted everyone away. At the end of the episode, Shadow Garden is on standby to get a sample of the Blood Queen. Claire and Mary formed a team against Crimson, who is probably dead already. Juggernaut was kicked out of the tower. Yukheim is somewhere inside the tower. Shadow is in great crisis now. After building up the hype for 2 episodes, he can't perform the finale act because he stopped the resurrection of the Blood Queen. Episode 2 ends with Shadow realizing it's taking too long for the final boss to appear.